Okay. Push to operate. Hydraulics. Open. Let's grab this thing. Come on. Get underneath there. Come on, seriously? This is how you're going to be? It's just going to be like that because we're on camera. Any other time, it just picks it right up. To take both of it back here. So see if we slide down the trailer or not. I'm shopping for new trailers, so I like this trailer. It's just doesn't quite fit what I'm doing nowadays. looks like I'm gonna have just enough rock up there, which is good. And I know if you guys have been watching this entire project, somebody's gonna be like, hey Jason, I thought you prepped all that with the excavator. I did, and then I got to looking over there, and I kind of felt like it might be easier to go across here, and really it looks like we're probably going to drive through here and maybe take this route. It depends on how far that falls off, but I didn't know what exactly this was like over here. It kind of has like a pretty good hump right here, so I may shave this down a little bit and just put the dirt, you know, kind of out of the way. I want to try to keep a little bit of rock for that, but I did want to keep kind of the placement of the rock that they already had going through here, and I just kind of wanted to get everything flattened out a little bit so it made room for some of this 3-inch. I know I've got some dirt and some mulch and stuff like that in it. It's not going to affect it one bit. If you think this is not going to have vegetation and trees and everything else growing in it if it's not maintained, I got news for you. There's all kinds of stuff in this, and we have to shear all this, mow all this, and take it all out that way. So we're gonna have plenty of stuff on here. You know, with all the trees and leaves and everything else, you're gonna have plenty of stuff on the rock. Anyways, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and switch out and get the shear on, and I'm gonna come over here because I can get across here pretty easy, and it's wet. I'm not gonna walk through there, but I think I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna start shearing and stacking stuff and leave the remainder of the rock up here, just to kind of tweak this, because what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna fill in that low spot and make it flat from about right here to over there, and then that would be flat across there, and it'll take out some of this elevation. I think it'd be a little easier to get over here, because this falls like that. It falls downhill pretty good right now. You probably can't see it on video, but it does. Let's see, that probably still doesn't show it, but it falls like that pretty good. So I can fill in a little bit there and make this whole thing a little flatter to get across. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and switch out. Like I say, I'll go over and we'll start shearing. I've got a bunch of big cedars and everything else in here. We'll just see what happens. I'd like to get to the corner today, so I'd like to get all the shearing done, and I'd really like to get everything pulled out, and all we have to do is get to that big tree. That's our mark. We're not quite halfway across, but with this being filled in like that, and I'm hoping that kind of stays, I may, when I have the excavator back out here, I'm probably going to replace some of these rocks and try to get kind of a barrier to help diffuse some of that. But there's plenty of that big rock under that 3-inch, so I would think that it would flow under it and flow through that stuff pretty good, and really not take a whole lot of the rock out of there when it's overflowing and, you know, going out the overflow here. So anyways, let's go get the shear and we'll start shearing. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get what I have out of there, and I'm gonna kind of drag back that road and see if I can kind of open it up a little bit. And I don't know if you guys know this, I'm sure I told you before, shut your machine off before you unhook your hydraulics. There is pressure on the manifold when the machine's running. I don't know how many times I see a listing or a post or something that somebody's talking about, oh, I can't get my attachment plugged in. That's why, probably. I mean, you do build pressure in them when the temperatures go up and down. When you have a rise and fall in your outside temperature, but if you do that, that's going to help relieve a lot of your problems. You want to push it, and I even push the coupler in as I unclip. Generally, I don't have tons of problems. So, all right, I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, well, the burn pile's growing. Walk back here a little bit. She's growing. I'm trying to make it long and slender. I'm not going to go too much further towards the machine. And then I'll probably stack some maybe on this end. I don't want it to look too overwhelming and be too overwhelming for the landowners. If they want to burn it, yeah. What I'll do is I'll come this way just a little bit more. I don't have much more left up there. And then what I'm probably going to do, I'll probably stack just a little bit on the ends. I kind of like leaving it open like that just because these cedars and stuff, they kind of pack in pretty tight. But if you get it to where some air can blow in between it, it'll dry all this material out pretty quick and it'll burn pretty good. But I think I can come over here and get it on top, kind of shove it in, and I might just put a little bit on the sides. We'll see how much I got left down there. I think I've only got maybe 4 or 5 more grapples. So anyways, I can get quite a bit packed in the old Jenkins. I like this grapple. Guess it says on the other side. I'm pretty sure it's a 78 inch. I thought about getting a 72 and they didn't stock them. Yeah, it's a 78. But it does pretty good. I haven't had a lick of problem out of it. Like I said, the only reason I've got, this is usually called like a demolition or a construction grapple. is because I needed a flat bottom. I actually bought it to start cleaning up yards on houses when we were doing cleanups on new construction stuff. So it worked really good for it. But then a lot of times I'm doing stuff like that. I'm having to haul rock and stuff like that, you know, for a letdown or some kind of tube or something. I'll have to dig with it, carry some dirt. So I really can't use a rake grapple all the time. And again, I don't want to bring 2 or 3 attachments to the same job. I've got this in a shear. I can grab the shear with this, put it on a trailer, chain it down and go. So anyways, I'm gonna get the rest of the way cleaned up down there.